Good morning, everybody. Right, just take a deep breath. It's gonna be fine. I'm on my way. I just dropped Oz off with my dad. I'm actually on my way right this second to MOPS. We have MOPS. Of course, you can bring your kid, but I'm on the leadership team, and we have to be there so early and so long. I just don't like having him there. My cousin Faith, who had Oz all last week, is usually willing to babysit him, and she would have today too. But they go to art on Wednesdays, and I just hate to ask her to take him along, but she would. And my dad works from home, and most of the time, most being the important word, he can sort of work and get stuff done with Oz there. And I wasn't going to ask him because he was out all last week of work. But he had told me earlier in the week, he's like, if you gotta leave Oz, just leave him with me. And I was like, okay. So I did, and I just thought about taking him because he hasn't gone to MOPS at all this year. Last year he hated it, but this year I think it might be okay. He's in a bigger room with some bigger kids, and I think he probably would have been okay. Maybe, I don't know, because it would have been people he didn't know, but the flu is going around so bad here that I didn't even want to get into that. So that's not what this video is about. And yes, I just took my hands off the wheel, but I put them back on. It suggested I mount this camera higher, which I have, but it's just at a really funny angle, and I just feel like I look funny. So what am I talking about today? Today I am talking about some changes that I'm fixing to make. So as you guys know, I was supposed to have a scope done the 1st of January. I had to cancel that and put that off. Oz needed tubes, and it was just something I couldn't afford. And I badly need a scope. You know, I was having the back and the chest pain, and the doctor pointed out she really thought it had something to do with reflux and acid, which I do have a lot. So she gave me some medication, and I have run out of like the stomach pill. It started with a P. I don't know what it was. It wasn't Prilosec. It wasn't Petonics. I don't know what it was, but I can't remember. I ran out of that one, but I'm continuing to take the reflux medication twice a day. But I still have heartburn on and off. But even when I don't have heartburn, and I've talked to you guys about this before, I have this weird pressure sensation like here. And I almost feel like I need to take a deep breath or cough really hard and something will come up. Now, if I do either one of those things for like a split second, the feeling goes away. I don't wake up with that feeling, and I have it on and off throughout the day. Sometimes I have it most of the day. Sometimes I have it just a few times during the day. I haven't been able to pinpoint it to anything I eat specifically or don't eat. I think I've talked to you guys about this before too, because there are a lot of people said they didn't do this, but if I overeat or get too full, it's not the same feeling, but it's in that same area. So of course, I've done a lot of research over the last couple months, just because I try to self-medicate constantly, and I try to do whatever I can to keep from going to the doctor. And we just got we haven't gotten it, but we just filed for our income tax, and all that money's going to Oz's tubes. So I don't have any extra money there. I was really hoping. Also, I had this weird pain, and this is not the first time I've had that, under my side, under my left boob, right where the gallbladder was. So, and Tanya and I have talked about this before, and I'm not 100% sure there's not something going on there. And I do need, since doing keto, because this is when all this heart, chest, back, all this started coming about. And then I talked about not eating as much fat, which I haven't been doing. And I tell you what, I haven't lost weight. I've been real paranoid about it. So, but I do wonder, I do need to be on a supplement for that, I think. I think that everybody's body is different, obviously. But I think that since my body obviously produced stones in a massive amount, yeah, I would be surprised if I didn't need a supplement. I just have not broken down and gotten that. Ox bile is what I looked into buying before. Then Tanya had told me about a new one that one of the admins of that Adapting to Keto group takes. Choline, maybe? I don't remember. I have it screenshotted on my phone to look it up, which I haven't done, and I've got to do this week. That's on my schedule for this week. Last week with Mom being in the hospital, the whole week just kind of went 5 minutes in and I haven't even talked about my plan. Okay, so this so I'm probably not going to do it today. Well, I know I'm not going to do it today because I started. Okay, this is but when you see this tomorrow, I may have already started. I really thought about doing full liquids for a couple of days. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to do the pouch test. I'm just trying to reset my body a little bit, and then after I do a couple of days of full liquids, introducing foods back in, but in small moderation amounts to see what I can and can't tolerate. Now, the foods I'm planning on entering in are going to be foods that are appropriate for keto. I think that I can handle eggs fine. I don't think that's an issue. I have wondered about the nuts. I have wondered about like really high fat things like pork skins. There's just several things. Those are the main ones. I tell you what, I also, and I don't eat a lot of pork skins. I have read where dairy will aggravate reflux, and you guys know that I've tried to do without dairy. Caffeine, I don't drink caffeinated, well, I drink decaf now. So I'm fixing to have to eliminate that too, because there is some caffeine in that, and if that is aggravating, I just need to come off it. As I drink this decaf coffee right now. Oh, it's not hot anymore. So I'm really thinking about doing that. I'm not going to be home today, and I have a lot of stuff to get done, even after MOPS. I think I talked about this yesterday, but you know, Ed is the deacon over the student center, and we've had somebody cook or have food provided, but tomorrow I'm supposed to be the one in charge of cooking for their feed that they have on Thursday nights. So I really need to have full strength. In the past, when I have done like a 5-day pouch test where I did liquids for a couple days, I tell you what, I just didn't feel my best by the end of the day, on even the first day. So I really need to have my full strength for a couple days. This may not work. I have also done the pouch test before. Again, this is not the pouch test, but this is all I have, because I only had to do 1 day of liquids pre-surgery. But when I've done the pouch test in the past, I would maybe have full liquids for half a day, and then like yogurt and soft protein for the other half. So maybe that's something I need to do. I don't know. Something is not right there. And to be completely honest, had I not had weight loss surgery, I probably wouldn't be as concerned about it. I just keep thinking that something's off, and I don't know if I have eroded my esophagus. I don't know if this is something that can be controlled with medication. I don't know if maybe I have a hiatal hernia. I don't know, but I know it's not right, and I know I need the scope. It's just not feasible right now. And let's just say I decide to get a full-time job tomorrow. I mean, we still couldn't afford it. So yes, me not working full-time definitely makes a difference, but we would still have struggles. So, and I mean, you know, $5,000 for one pop is not something that we would just have anyways. It would be easier, I guess, for us to get, but it's just not something we have. So that's just what I'm thinking. I would love your thoughts and suggestions on that. And if you have ever done liquids, what are some other things that you do besides protein and broth? Because that's pretty well what I have done in the past. I'm not a huge lover of the protein shake. Like right now, I actually don't have active heartburn like sensation, but I can just feel it just right here. And if I were to burp, stuff is going to come up. You know what I mean? Like it just feels backed up. And so maybe that closure is not closing. Maybe that thing over your, whatever that's called, between your esophagus and your stomach, that little latch, maybe that's eroded away. Maybe it's just not closing well. I don't know. And it's not really a pain, and it's not really a pressure. Although I have had some chest pain, and last night I had the neck pain or back pain. So, I don't know. I know you guys are tired of me complaining and then not doing anything about it, but I just would like to figure out a solution Of course, how can you figure out a solution to something you don't know what it is? And I tell you what, when I keep looking up the symptoms for GERD, that pain, that nobody's writing. I even looked it up with VSG, and nobody's writing the way I feel exactly. I know what else. I also have been doing a cup of water to a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This morning I did it as soon as I got up, and I do okay with that at first, but then toward the end of that, it's not even that it's flavored so gross, it's just that toward the end of that I start feeling a little bit nauseous. It's like it just hits my tummy, and then I'm like, ugh, ugh. So what I'm focusing on for today, since I cannot do the liquids, and probably maybe tomorrow, I may start the liquids Friday, is that I'm going to try to eat small meals every 2 hours, or like small snacks every 2 hours. That's my plan. Excuse me. I'm going to focus on water. I'm going to make sure I'm getting my reflux medication in. I'm going to try to take the apple cider vinegar with water when I am able to, up to 3 times a day. Yeah, I didn't take any of my pills this morning. Anyway, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, guys, and I'm sorry. And thank you for everybody who made a comment on yesterday's video and talking about priorities. Appreciate that. It's just a work in progress, that it's not something that's easy for me to do, and I know that long term I have to be here for my family, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. Okay, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.